For 15 years, I lived by my mother's dying words, hide my beauty, hide my talents. But today is my 20th birthday. I'm finally ready to wash off this ugly makeup and be myself. A loud knock shatters the peace in my room. It's the maid, Melody, her nose in the air. What are you sneaking around for? It's Miss Jones's wedding day. Get to the front hall, now. She means my stepsister, Paige. Today, she marries Cole Evans, heir to the most powerful family in the city. I follow her to the grand hall, a palace of luxury. Everyone is in elegant attire. I stand out in my cheap t-shirt and ripped jeans. Elliana, I got you a beautiful new dress. Why didn't you wear it? My stepmother, Kiara, forces a smile. I ignore her and nod to Cole's grandfather. My eyes drift to the man beside him. It has to be Cole Evans. He's tall, sharp, and impossibly handsome. The maid sneers, her voice loud enough for everyone to hear. Ugly as hell, yet she dares to drool over Paige's fiancé. Even looking at Mr. Evans is a crime for a face like that. My stepsister, Paige, clings to Cole's arm, looking smug. It's fine. Cole's amazing. It's only natural that other women like him. My own father's face twists with rage. What a disgrace. Get out of here! But I don't move. Instead, I drag a chair across the polished floor. I sit down directly across from Cole Evans. An official from City Hall clears his throat, trying to break the tension. He opens his laptop to finalize the marriage registration. The entire room goes silent as he looks from Cole to me. Mr. Evans, the system says you're already married. Your wife is listed as Miss Elliana Marsh. My eyes go wide as the official makes the announcement. I'm already married. To Cole Evans, the powerful man my stepsister was supposed to marry today. How can this even be happening? My stepmother Kiara and her husband Darren look completely rattled. My stepsister Paige clenches her fists, trying to keep her poised expression. This doesn't make any sense. There has to be a mistake. But the staffer is firm, pointing to the official system on the laptop. The whole crowd surges forward to see the screen for themselves. There it is in black and white, Cole Evans and Elliana Jones, listed as husband and wife. The marriage certificate is dated 2 years ago from a nation called Pageant. In that single moment, Paige's perfect mask completely shatters. Cole's father, Ruben, turns to Cole, his voice sharp with anger. Care to explain, Cole? Cole doesn't even flinch, his face an unreadable wall of stone. I'm just as confused as you are. His cold gaze slowly turns and locks onto me. Suddenly, I'm the center of a storm I never saw coming. I just blink slowly and give a small, innocent shrug. Beats me. I don't know either. Kiara immediately starts barking orders. Divorce immediately and get Cole married to Paige today. But Ruben delivers the final blow. He explains the Evans family has one unbreakable tradition. A man can only remarry if his wife has passed away. Divorce is never an option. Which means the woman walking down the aisle today has to be me. Paige finally snaps, her composure crumbling as she screams at me. This is my chance! I turn to my new husband with a syrupy sweet smile. Darling, sorry about all this drama. Paige lunges at me, but I duck behind Cole's body as everyone holds their breath, waiting for his reaction. I stand before my family in the wedding dress meant for my sister. It's a $100 million gown covered in 400,000 diamonds and pearls. My sister Paige dreamed of this dress her whole life. But now, the dress, the gift, and the groom all belong to me. My father and stepmother spent $500 million on a wedding gift to seal the deal for her. They watch me, their faces pale with fury. I want to laugh, but I keep my expression perfectly neutral. My new husband, Cole Evans, is a dangerous man who crushes anyone in his way. As we fly away, I see Paige sobbing on the lawn. She thinks Cole will make me a widow before sunrise. I know exactly what my stepmother Kiara is whispering to her. I know it's a real possibility. Cole won't tolerate being trapped like this. She might not even make it through tonight. Once we're in the bedroom, I sit on the edge of the bed and say nothing. Cole drops his jacket on the couch and just stares at me. His gaze is clinical and intense. Hours ago, I was a wreck with smudged makeup and tangled hair, but I can tell he doesn't see an ugly, dumb girl. Now, in this glittering gown, I look like someone else entirely. He knows I'm not who they say I am. He's heard the rumors that I'm a cursed murderer who killed my own mother. He sees the sly light in my eyes and the training in my movements. He finally breaks the suffocating silence. You had no trouble talking earlier. Why so quiet now? It's not like I plan to marry up. I just can't shake this bit of unease. He remembers me calling him darling with perfect confidence. He knows I'm playing a game, and he's just waiting to watch me fail. Cole rises without warning and crosses the room. Before I can even flinch, he sweeps me into his arms like a bride. Mr. Evans! What? What are you doing? A sly, dangerous smile plays on his lips. Tell me, what do you suppose newlyweds ought to be doing on their wedding night? In the next moment, he tosses me onto the massive bed. His body closes in, blocking out the light like a storm cloud. As his fingers brush the edge of my gown, my instincts take over. I lash out, aiming a sharp slap straight at his face. But his reflexes are like a blade. He reacts in an instant. He dodges my hand and plucks the veil from my head. The lie I've sold for 15 years that I'm sickly and unattractive is shattered in seconds. Cole just stares, his gaze deep and unreadable. The whispers in Ublento claimed my face was scarred and terrifying, but his fingers brush my cheek, wiping away a smear of foundation. What he finds underneath isn't mangled flesh. It's skin like porcelain, soft and smooth. He sees my real face for the first time. The unattractive bride he was forced to marry is a concealed stunner. Could you explain what you were trying to do? I didn't want to give you a lousy experience. No worries. Your face might be a mess, but that body's something else. I'll just switch off the lights. I assume he's joking until the room goes pitch black. Panic floods my veins, and I bolt for the balcony. But he catches me easily, slamming my back against the hard floor. Have you completely lost it, Cole? A low chuckle rumbles from his throat as he leans in close, his breath a warning against my neck. You should make some noise. Grandpa planted someone outside to listen in. After our struggle, Cole flicked on the lights, flooding the room. He just stood over me, his gaze intense. I was a complete mess on the floor, my wedding dress tangled around me. Well, is it your plan to keep lying there? You're beginning to make me wonder if you were just playing hard to get. I refused to answer him. I stormed into the dressing room and locked the door. I ripped off the suffocating gown and pulled on a black tracksuit. It felt like armor. I was ready for another fight. But when I walked out, the scene had completely changed. Cole was already in bed, stretched out like he owned the place. His pajama top was loose, showing off his chest. He was trying to tempt me. He patted the empty space right next to him. I ignored his ridiculous invitation. I had a better idea. Honey, come to bed. Well, what do you say we talk for a bit instead? What exactly do you want to discuss? The way you tricked everyone in the Jones family? He was sharp, but I had leverage. His eyes narrowed. He knew I'd figured out his secret. Or maybe how you mentally embraced yourself into marrying someone you can't even stand. I saw how he recoiled from his ex-fiancée Paige. I saw him literally throw away the suit she had touched. He didn't just dislike her, he was disgusted by her. So I made my proposal. How about a deal? I'll keep your annoying admirers away from you, and in return, you don't mess with my life. I told him, once we sort this out, I'm gone. It was a fair offer, but he didn't say a word. He just rolled over, shut his eyes, and flicked off the lights. The room went completely black. He left me standing alone in the dark, utterly ignored. Biting back a curse, I trudged toward the sofa and collapsed onto the cushions. I wake up feeling surprisingly well rested, but something is immediately wrong. This incredibly plush mattress is definitely not the hard couch where I passed out. I force my eyes open, and the first thing I see is him. A cold wave of panic washes over me. Cole is perched silently on the edge of the bed, already dressed in a sharp suit. He's just watching me with an unreadable expression, like I'm a mystery he can't solve. I sit bolt upright and frantically check my clothes under the covers. My simple black tracksuit is still on, completely neat and untouched. A small sigh of pure relief escapes my lips before I can stop it. But a new, chilling fear creeps in. He moved me in my sleep and I never sensed a thing. As if reading my mind, he lets out a long, theatrical sigh full of fake innocence. Honey, you climbed into bed yourself. I shoot him a sharp glare, not buying his ridiculous act for a single second. His eyes twinkle with amusement as a wicked grin spreads across his face. Actually, you didn't stop there. You stripped me down, cuddled up, and whispered sweet nothings. My temper flares hot and fast before I can control it. Shut your mouth! He just holds out his phone, completely unfazed by my furious outburst. I took some videos. If you think I'm lying, watch for yourself. My hand trembles slightly as I snatch the phone from him and press play. The screen lights up with a recording of me, rising from the couch in the dead of night. I move across the room like a sleepwalker before crawling directly into the large bed. I watch in absolute horror as I yank off his pajama shirt and hug his waist like a stuffed animal. Sleep tight, darling. My entire face burns with overwhelming humiliation as the video clip ends. I suddenly remember the single, tiny glass of wine from the wedding banquet. Cole just nudges the phone back toward me, his smug grin widening. You're not done yet. Play the next one. With a stomach twisted in dread, I tap the next clip and watch myself smack his rear. I slam the bathroom door and lock it, my head pounding from last night. Cole knocks just as I'm trying to pull myself together. Honey, time's ticking. The elders are waiting to meet us. This is the most important tradition in the wealthy Evans family. Greeting the elders the morning after the wedding. I yank the door open, determined not to let him see how rattled I am. I snatch the messy wig from him and slam it onto my head right in front of him. Before I can answer, he grabs my hand and pulls me out the door. We walk into the grand hall downstairs, our hands clasped together like a real couple. The entire room, filled with the Evans clan, goes completely silent. Their nods are cold and polite, but they don't dare make a scene. They were expecting to see me limping, bruised, and humiliated. But instead, they see Cole standing calmly by my side, holding my hand. Their faces twist with confusion, wondering if we actually consummated the marriage. We move through the room, formally greeting the family patriarch, Reuben, and then Cole's father, Jarrett. At the massive breakfast table, every seat is filled with a hostile face. That's when Cole's aunt, Irene Evans, fixes me with a smug stare. I already know she's the one who unofficially runs this family. Elliana, do you realize the entire city is practically counting down the days until Cole ends up a widower? She expected me to crumble, but I just feign ignorance. My calm response completely throws her off her game. Let me get straight to the point, Elliana. Cole was supposed to marry Paige. You were a last-minute replacement. She tells the whole table that our scandal is dragging down the Evans Group's stock price. She says it's my duty to protect the family's reputation. Wouldn't you agree that keeping the Evans name clean is the least you could do? My husband's family is trying to publicly humiliate me at the dinner table. His aunt, Irene, wears a fake smile as she talks about the family's online PR disaster. Elliana, you're the matriarch now. Managing this large family is part of your role. She's not asking me to help. She's ordering me to take the fall for their mistakes. Before I can even respond, her spoiled 8-year-old son Jeff points and sneers at me. How's someone like her supposed to lead anything? All she knows is how to lounge around and be useless. Irene's lips curl into a pleased smirk. Her son is just an echo of her own thoughts. It's Trinity Craig, the perfect girl the Evans family raised as their own. Jeff, that's not how we speak to family. Elliana is Cole's wife, and she deserves our respect. She turns to me, offering a warm, practiced smile that doesn't reach her eyes. Please don't take it personally, Elliana. Jeff is just a kid. He doesn't know any better. I see her game immediately. I've dealt with women like her my whole life. She's not defending me. She's backing me into a corner. Now, any reaction from me will make me look small for arguing with a child. It's a cunning move. But my husband, Cole, who has been silent and cold this entire time, finally moves. His sharp, icy gaze lands directly on the little boy. If my wife doesn't deserve your respect, then maybe I don't either. Is that what you meant? Jeff's confidence cracks instantly, and he starts to stammer. He's terrified of Cole. Cole doesn't wait for an answer. He turns his cold stare on Irene. The threat is unspoken but crystal clear. Stay out of my business. It's my job to guide Elliana and help her adapt. All you need to do is take care of the transition. Wouldn't you agree? With everyone watching, I finally break my own silence, my voice calm and steady. Irene has a point. As the family's matriarch, I should take charge. I'll handle the online mess myself. I can see the scornful looks they exchange. They're all just waiting for me to fail. But just then, the true head of the family, Ruben, cuts through the tension like a blade. Elliana, there's something crucial I'm entrusting to you. You can't afford to fail. He overrules Irene, but then he delivers an even more impossible challenge, a public test. The matriarch of this family can't be someone who never completed elementary school. You have 1 year to take the SATs and earn a place at a university. At the dinner table, the family patriarch, Ruben, lays down an impossible challenge. He wants me to prove my worth by taking the SATs. The test is in less than 1 week. It's a clear setup for me to fail, and everyone knows it. Trinity, Cole's obsessive admirer, gives me a sugary, fake smile. If you ever hit a wall with your studies, I'd be happy to help. But I look directly at Ruben, my voice steady and calm. I've been studying on my own. I want to sit for this year's SATs. The entire room freezes in stunned silence. Even Ruben raises his eyebrows in disbelief before ordering Cole to register me for the test. After the meal, I ask to visit my family to smooth things over from yesterday. Ruben agrees, but he forces Cole to go with me. The moment we're outside, I pull my hand away from his. You don't need to babysit me. I can grab a cab and go on my own. But instead of letting go, he suddenly wraps a strong arm around my shoulders, pulling me tight against his body. The agreement, remember? We've got to keep up the act. He pushes me into his car before I can argue. In the quiet vehicle, the embarrassing memory of last night rushes back. I close my eyes, pretending to be asleep just to escape the awkwardness. But the warmth of the car lulls me into a real, deep sleep, and I end up leaning against him. I'm snapped awake by his voice, a low and mischievous whisper. I realize the car has stopped. What's running through your mind? You're blushing so much. His hand is at my waist, and his finger is lazily tracing the curve of my lip. Before I can even speak, he leans in and plants a soft kiss on my lips. My heart does a backflip. He just stole my first kiss. He pulls back with a look of pure innocence. We just laid down the rules. Why are you pulling this crap again? Wasn't it your request? I figured you had some big reason. So I played along. Cole parks the car in front of the Jones family estate, my old home. I glare at him, still furious about the kiss he stole. Without a word, he just hands me his phone. Why the heck would I ask for that? I hit play on the video he has ready. It's a recording of me, sleeping against the car window. Then I hear my own voice, mumbling in a dream. My face burns with humiliation. Come here, darling, give me a kiss and a hug. I was dreaming of my cat. But there's no way he would ever believe that. I shove the phone back at him and storm out of the car. But he's not done. He quickly reaches through the window and snags my phone. After a few quick taps, he hands it back to me. Call me if you need me. I look down at my screen. He saved his number and added himself as a contact. I'll swing by to pick you up later. With that, his car speeds down the road. I walk into the house, only to be met by my stepsister, Paige. Her face is a mask of pure rage. Elliana, you two-faced snake. What sick game did you play to hook Cole? I'm only here to collect my mother's things, but I can't let that slide. I didn't lift a finger, and Cole became my husband. I walk past her and head upstairs, but I add one more thing to twist the knife. Oh, and just so you know, Cole and I slept together last night. That body, that strength, it's a shame you'll never get to experience that. I leave her screaming as I go to collect my mother's keepsakes. Downstairs, I can hear Paige plotting with her mother, Kiara. We'll get compromising photos of her and spread them online. Mom, get more guys involved. I want Elliana ruined. Utterly gangbanged. I walk back down the stairs, and Kiara greets me with a sickeningly sweet smile. Elliana, darling, I reserved a private room at Royal Club. Let's have a family dinner to celebrate. Kiara and Paige lead me into a private room at the exclusive Royal Club. Just yesterday, these two women tried to completely destroy my reputation in public. But today, they are smiling at me like we are the closest of friends. I know without a doubt that I am walking directly into a carefully prepared trap. Inside, my estranged father Darren greets me with a wide, welcoming smile. This is the same man who ignored my existence for 15 long years. He was content to let my stepsister torment and humiliate me while I lived in a crumbling shack. Now that I'm married to Cole Evans, he suddenly wants to play the part of a doting father. Elliana, order whatever you want tonight. It's on me. His only goal is to exploit my connection to the powerful Evans family. Then, Kiara slides a steaming cup of coffee directly in front of me. Her smile is so fake, it's almost painful to look at. Elliana, have some coffee? This woman literally wants me 6 feet under, yet here she is, playing the sweet stepmom. They really believe I'm naive enough to just drink whatever they put in front of me. Thanks. I take the cup she offered, and in one smooth, practiced motion, I switch it with the other one on the table. I slide the drugged cup right back in her direction. You should have some too. Kiara's smile doesn't falter as she takes a small sip from her own cup, completely unsuspecting. This coffee's pretty good. Elliana, go on. Drink yours. I meet her gaze, give a small smile, and knock back the entire coffee in one fluid gulp. I can see Paige on the sidelines, practically vibrating with glee, just waiting for the show to start. But what they don't know is that we are being watched. In an adjacent private room, my new husband Cole sits with his friends, watching a live surveillance feed. His friend Manly suddenly bolts upright from the sofa, pointing at the monitor in shock. Yo, did you see that? Elliana swapped the coffee cups. He spins around to face my husband, a look of pure astonishment on his face. Cole, your plain Jane might have some brains after all. But Cole just watches the screen, a faint, knowing smile touching the corners of his lips. I press a hand to my forehead and pretend to feel woozy. I let myself fall face first onto the table. Kiara smirks with satisfaction. Darren frowns, showing a brief moment of doubt. Yup, I spiked her coffee. We're about to send her upstairs with a few guys. She plans to have photos taken and splashed all over the internet. She wants to completely destroy me. Darren, she will only drag us into the mud. Our future is riding on Paige. His doubt melts away instantly. That's the last bit of hope I ever had for him. Gone forever. All right, do it neatly, no loose ends. 2 men carry my limp body to a private room and dump me on the bed. The moment the door clicks shut, my eyes snap open. If they want a show, I'll give them one they'll never forget. Soon the door creaks open again. A group of lecherous men step inside, their eyes full of greed. The Jones family's paying 3 times the usual. Suck it up and think of the cash. They start to unbuckle their belts as they close in. They see me as a fragile flower, an easy target. But they are dead wrong. A strike to the throat, a kick to the knee, an elbow to the jaw. In a flash, I explode from the bed. My movements are a lethal blur they never saw coming. One by one, they drop to the floor like sacks of garbage. In under a minute, every man is unconscious. I stand over their bodies and tilt my head, spotting the surveillance camera in the corner. They're watching? Good. I pull out my phone and my fingers fly across the screen. A few seconds later, their entire surveillance system goes pitch black. I just wiped them completely clean. I check the peephole and see Kiara's guards swarming the hallway. They are stationed there, waiting for me. The main door is not an option. I rush to the bathroom and shove the window open. I grip the cold drain pipe, scaling down the side of the 17-story building. Just as I'm about to leap to a ventilation opening, a figure blocks my path. It's my husband, Cole, and his face is a storm of fury. He doesn't answer my question. Why are you here? He just marches forward, grabs my waist, and yanks me off the windowsill like I weigh nothing. He spins me around and slams me against the wall, pinning my wrist. But I refuse to let him intimidate me. 17th floor. Climbing walls like it's some action film. Have you lost your mind? His chest is nearly flush with mine, trapping me against the wall. I realize I've pushed him too far this time. Whatever I do is my own business. You don't get to interfere. That was the deal. I try to de-escalate with a nervous smile, but it's too late. Then over his shoulder, I see them. The kiss is wild, forceful, and completely unforgiving. Cole's 3 friends are standing in the hall, frozen in shock. Before I can say another word, his mouth crashes down onto mine. I finally find the strength to shove him away from me. You're way out of line? Who told you kissing me was okay? What's your next move then? Planning to knock me out like you did those losers in the other room? He just smirks, refusing to release his grip on me. My blood runs cold. He watched the surveillance footage. He knows my secret. We are sitting with Cole's friends, and they are all staring at me. One of them, Manly, leans in with a curious grin. So, Elliana, rumor has it you've been stuck in the back room for years. Where'd you learn to fight like that? Self-taught. He doesn't believe me for a second. Neither does the man across from him, Merlin. Without a word, Merlin tilts back his glass and then snaps his wrist. A heavy wine glass flies through the air, aimed directly at my face. The others pale, but I don't move. Inches from my skin, a hand cuts through the air and snatches the glass. It's Cole. He clenches his fist, and the glass shatters into 1,000 pieces. His glare is a steel blade pinning Merlin to his seat. What the hell was that? Merlin is completely unfazed by Cole's rage. Take it easy. I wanted to test the truth. He tells Cole that I'm lying, that my reflexes are too sharp, too deadly for someone with my past. Cole, she's dangerous. My instincts don't lie. He says my sudden marriage to Cole is suspicious. Then he brings up the one person nobody ever talks about. Cole's mother, Sophie. Years ago, she appeared out of nowhere, a beautiful woman with no family and no past. Then, 15 years ago, she vanished into thin air. The mystery destroyed Cole's father. Merlin's eyes lock onto me, his voice dropping to a grave whisper. Keep her around, and you're practically inviting chaos. He leans in, delivering the final damning blow. And let's not overlook what happened to your father. Cole doesn't take Merlin's advice. He grabs my hand and strides off. I finally yank my hand free from Cole's iron grip, stopping him dead in the hallway. He turns around, his piercing gaze locking onto my determined eyes. Enough. What was that kiss about? The first kiss this morning was for show, but this one felt dangerously real. A slow, teasing smirk spreads across Cole's lips as he leans in closer. You can climb into my bed, but I can't steal a kiss? That was just you paying me back. I'm completely floored by his bizarre logic, but I managed to force a tight smile. Your friend's right. You should steer clear of me. It's safer for both of us. But his eyes just glint with a dark, playful edge as he reaches out and gives my cheek a gentle pinch. In my world, you could be the most dangerous woman on the planet and do whatever you damn well please. Before I can even blink, he grabs my hand again and starts walking, tugging me along behind him. His strides are long and powerful, and I practically have to run just to keep up with his pace. Where are we going now? Home. I dig my heels into the floor, forcing him to a dead stop. I can't. I'm cleaning up your family's PR mess. He freezes. I immediately whip out my phone and start dialing a number. Hello, I've got a tip you're gonna want to hear. Meanwhile, back in a private room at the club, Paige and Kiara are getting impatient. They've been waiting all this time for scandalous photos of me to drop, but absolutely nothing has come through. Frustrated and angry, Kiara leaves the room to find out what the holdup is. But as she walks, a strange wave of intense heat suddenly hits her, her skin prickling like it's on fire. Her head spins as she stumbles through the dark, sultry dance floor. Suddenly, she loses all of her inhibitions, her body burning with a strange, uncontrollable hunger. She rips her jacket off and throws it to the floor, dancing recklessly and slinging her arms around random men. The entire club freezes, all eyes glued to the scandalous show she's putting on. A few lecherous men see their chance and close in, grabbing and groping at her. Ma'am, you must be starving for attention. No man at home to keep you company? Kiara spits back a confession that makes the entire room erupt. I've got a husband, but he's impotent. I've put up with that loser long enough. From my discreet vantage point on the second floor, I watch the beautiful chaos I orchestrated. My rival Paige has unleashed her army of 80 million online followers against me. My phone screen is a blur, an endless flood of vicious remarks and hateful demands. Elliana is a disgusting tramp. She stole her own sister's fiancé. She trapped Cole with a dirty scheme. The Evans family must get rid of her now. They swarm the Evans group's official accounts, creating the illusion that the entire city wants me banished. Cole stands beside me, observing the unfolding scene with a mix of curiosity and admiration. He's impressed by my calm, calculating demeanor, but he still doesn't see my full plan. Because to me, this online outrage is nothing more than a noisy, fragile illusion. All it will take is one single push to make Paige's carefully constructed public image collapse entirely. And today, her own dysfunctional family gifted me the perfect weapon to do it. A humiliating video of her mother, Kiara, having a complete public meltdown is exploding across every platform. Downstairs, a frantic Paige and her father Darren are desperately trying to find the missing Kiara. Darren's company, the Jones Group, is teetering on the very edge of financial collapse. He foolishly gutted his reserves for a massive wedding gift, counting on Paige to marry Cole and secure new capital. Now, I see him cornering a few familiar executives, trying to fish for investment leads and salvage his future. But it's too late. They've already seen the footage of his wife's spectacular disgrace. Their expressions are guarded, filled with a cruel mix of pity and barely hidden amusement. Mr. Jones, where's that brilliant wife of yours today? Darren, still completely oblivious to the trap, forces a pleasant smile onto his face. She had something urgent come up. Couldn't make it. The executive's smirk widens, his eyes glinting with pure malice. Ah, such a shame. Everyone knows your wife is stunning and daring. You're a lucky man, Mr. Jones. The other executives have to physically turn away, their shoulders shaking with suppressed laughter. Darren actually beams with pride, puffing up his chest as he soaks in the fake compliments. His entire body goes stiff as he finally connects the dots, the sly grins, the mock flattery, the pitying looks. He realizes they were openly mocking him, and he practically rolled out a red carpet for his own humiliation. The scandal has officially detonated. The city's perfect socialite is the daughter of that screaming woman, and I'm just getting started. My plan is working perfectly. The internet is exploding with the video of Kiara, Paige's mother, acting like trash at the party I set up for her. People are leaving the most delicious comments, calling her a train wreck and mocking her husband Darren for being impotent. You can't judge a guy's dick by his face. Plenty of pretty ones are just for show. Darren sees every single post. His hands tremble as he scrolls, his blood pressure spiking as the internet crucifies him, branding him a weak, impotent joke. His perfect daughter Paige tries to calm him down, insisting there must be some kind of mistake. Dad, please, there's gotta be a mistake. Mom wouldn't do something like that. For her loyalty, he gives her a violent shove that sends her staggering, knocking her aside like she's nothing. Get out of my way. He storms off toward the main hall, leaving his precious daughter shocked and hurt. He's heading straight for the private room where I left Kiara. Under the effects of the aphrodisiac I put in her coffee, Kiara has stripped down to her underwear, surrounded by sleazy men. Just as I planned, Darren explodes through the door, his face a mask of pure fury. A crowd of guests pushes in right behind him, hungry for the drama. He doesn't say a word. He just storms forward and delivers a brutal, echoing slap across Kiara's face. Ah, the blow jolts her out of the drug-induced stupor. She blinks up at her husband, completely dazed and confused. H, honey? What's happening? Her hands tremble as she realizes she's half naked in front of a massive crowd. She lets out a strangled cry and yanks a curtain from the wall to cover herself. But it's too late. The memories of the night come crashing back to her, every sordid detail, every drunken laugh, every filthy touch. The blood drains from her face. Darren's shame boils over into pure wrath. He lunges at her again, no longer a respected doctor, but an animal consumed by rage. Kiara shrinks back, her shrill cries echoing off the walls, as she begs him to stop and listen to her. Please, honey, listen to me. It's not what it looks like, let's talk at home. But he can't hear her. He drags her out of the room by her arm and shoves her into the passenger seat of their car. Slumped in the seat, her face battered and swollen, Kiara turns to him with tear-filled eyes and plays her final card, blaming me. Honey, please. I'm telling the truth. I think Elliana drugged me. She must have spiked my coffee. Darren's jaw clenches, and his voice snaps out like a whip. He's finally had enough of her lies. Stop blaming Elliana for everything. Did she whisper in your ear to humiliate me in public? To say I'm impotent? Kiara freezes. Under the haze of the drug, she admitted the one thing she only ever said behind his back. That wasn't me. It was the drugs. I didn't mean a word of it. He roars in her face, his patience completely gone. He can't believe she'd try to pin this on me. Shut your damn mouth. You think that dull Elliana's got the brains to pull this off? He hits her again, his eyes filled with disgust. He finally sees his wife for the monster she is, and ironically, he's defending me. I watch the internet explode on my phone. People now suspect the bride swap was strategic. The public narrative is flipping, and it's all pointing back to my stepsister, Paige. They think Cole's family uncovered something sketchy about her. My new husband, Cole, smirks as he looks my way. You used one disaster to distract the public. Honey, should I hand over the PR department to you? The hate that was aimed at me is finally starting to cool off. I give him a sharp glare, completely unimpressed. I don't have time for your jokes. I've got actual work to do. With that, I spin on my heel and walk away from him. But before I'm gone, a trembling voice calls out his name. But Cole isn't buying it for a second. She looks completely worn out, playing the perfect victim. The amusement on his face vanishes instantly. I understand you were forced to marry Elliana. I'm not angry, I miss you. This is her signature move, the one that wins everyone over. Cole's expression hardens at her attack on me. Paige presses on, twisting her words into venom against me. He opens his mouth to shut her down. She's always been jealous. She keeps taking things from me now, even you. But then he sees me returning down the hallway. A smirk tugs at his lips, and he decides to stay quiet. Paige mistakes his smile for a sign of affection. Thinking she's won, she dives straight into his arms. She claims I spiked her mom's drink to humiliate our family. I'll wait as long as it takes, Cole. Forever, if I have to. But before she can even settle into the moment, a hand shoots between them, and I tear my husband from her grasp. Her plan was simple. She drugged the coffee she gave me, expecting me to be unconscious by now, helpless and alone. She was supposed to be celebrating her victory, but instead, her carefully laid trap has completely unraveled right before her eyes. I don't give her a single moment to recover from the shock. I waste absolutely no time making my next move. I glide over to my husband, the powerful CEO Cole Evans, and confidently loop my arm through his, claiming him. Then I turn my head slowly, looking Paige dead in the eye with a smile that's all sugar and poison. Following in your mom's footsteps, are we? Must be hereditary, this obsession with other women's husbands. The mention of her mother's shame hits a nerve. Paige's face flushes a deep, furious red, her composure shattering instantly. You, how dare you? You're the one who stole Cole from me. He was supposed to be mine. I just let her rage wash over me, my smug smile never wavering. I am absolutely having the time of my life. I tell her plainly that I didn't steal anything. Fate handed me this husband, and I fully intend to keep him. Tilting my head back, I look up at the tall, handsome man beside me, my eyes glinting with absolute confidence. Right, darling? A flicker of warm amusement crosses Cole's usually cold face. His eyes are practically sparkling as he watches my performance. Yeah, his simple, one-word agreement is like a death blow to Paige. It's all the confirmation I need to finish this. I turn back to my rival, letting my smug smirk grow even wider, making sure she sees every ounce of my victory. You hear that? Try hitting on my husband again, and I'll make sure the whole internet knows what you pulled. With that final threat hanging in the air, I grab Cole's large hand and give it a sharp tug, leading him away. The 6'3" CEO, a man usually colder than a winter night, trails after me like a loyal, obedient puppy. Once Paige is completely out of sight, I finally release his hand, the warmth of his grip instantly fading from my skin. He breaks the silence, his voice low and curious, asking why I came back when I was supposed to be busy. I arch a brow, reminding him of our agreement. My job is to keep unwanted admirers like Paige away from him. But he just smirks, taking a step closer until our bodies are almost touching, his eyes teasing me mercilessly. Honey, that excuse is cute, but it's not hiding the jealous vibes you're throwing off. I scoff at the ridiculous accusation and fire back that his taste in women is straight up garbage if he actually likes Paige. He actually coughs, nearly choking on air. He clearly hadn't braced himself for that level of brutal honesty from me, but before I can continue my verbal assault, he closes the remaining distance, backing me firmly against the cold wall. Elliana, keep talking like that, and I'll kiss you quiet. The cold CEO I work for suddenly pins me against a wall. A sly, unfamiliar grin spreads across his lips. Heard a kiss can cut through awkwardness. Want to test it? I shove him back hard and turn to get away from him. My cheeks are burning, and I just want to escape. But as I step outside the club, a soft meow stops me cold. That sound hits me like a painful, happy memory. I frantically scan the darkness, searching for the source. A tiny white kitten is sitting at my feet, gazing up with bright eyes. My heart pounds in my chest with shock and hope. It's her. It's really her. Darling? This is the kitten I lost over a year ago, a gift from my best friend. My jealous rival Paige stole her and cruelly dumped her somewhere far away. I was convinced I would never see my sweet pet again. Seeing Darling alive, tears of pure joy stream down my face. I scoop her up, hugging her tight and kissing her tiny head. Darling, I'm never letting you go again. Never. I stand, clutching the cat protectively, and look at Cole with pleading eyes. I know he has terrible cat allergies, and he clearly wants to say no. Can I bring Darling home? But for some reason, the refusal never leaves his mouth. Yeah, it's cute. I'm so relieved that I playfully shove the kitten right into his arms. Then you hold it. Cole stares at the fluffy bundle with a look of instant, deep regret. He immediately finds a clever excuse to not hold her. I'm shocked he's driving me himself, but once I'm inside the clinic, his phone buzzes with a video. Let's take it to a vet, make sure it's okay. It's from his enforcer, showing the bloodied faces of the men who tried to assault me. Yo, Cole, I've given those creeps a sound beating. I'm in the car with my new husband, Cole. My best friend Ada is blowing up my phone, asking about him. They're saying Cole's a total heartthrob. Is that for real or pure rumor? I glance over at him as he drives. I pretend to fix my hair and secretly snap a photo of his profile. The rumors don't even come close. I send it straight to Ada. Her reply is instant. Damn, he's even hotter than I imagined. Be honest, are you into him? I remember wanting to steal him from my rival just for the thrill. I text back a single, honest word. Yep. Did you shoot your shot yet? I explain that he claims to be into ugly women. I tell her it's not even close. With my terrible makeup, I should be his perfect type. But he keeps stealing kisses and whispering sweet things. It makes no sense at all. Before she can reply, Cole's voice cuts in. He reaches for my phone. Honey, I noted you snap secret pics. Who are you chatting with, huh? I snatch it away, but it's too late. A voice message from Ada plays on the car's speaker. No way, Elliana. Did Cole steal your first kiss? I can't believe he heard that. My entire face burns with humiliation. But Cole just looks at me with a smug grin. His eyes are dancing with pure delight. If you think it's unfair, go ahead and reclaim it, kiss me. I walk into the Evans family mansion with a cat in my arms. My new husband, Cole, is on the phone outside. Inside, his grandfather Ruben is in the middle of a rant. Cole marrying Elliana might seem like a downgrade, but it's actually a blessing in disguise. A woman named Irene sees me and the cat, and a nasty smile spreads across her face. She knows Cole has a severe fur allergy. The family patriarch Ruben banned all furry animals from the house years ago. I just made a huge mistake. A rude kid named Jeff points at me. I recognize him from the wedding. He's the one who pushed a spiked drink on me. Seriously? Stirring up drama again? Who said that thing was allowed here? He keeps running his mouth, calling the cat garbage. I finally snap. Jeff, who recently shaved his head, freezes. So animals with fur are banned? Why are the bald ones free to roam? It takes him a full 5 seconds to realize I just called him a pet. You're calling me names? How rude. Just then, my husband Cole walks in. Jeff immediately runs to him, tattling like a child. Cole, this woman brought a cat. I told her to get rid of it, and then she insulted me. Everyone turns to Cole, expecting him to put me in my place. I look at him, holding the cat a little tighter. I didn't know. Is raising a cat really not allowed? The room goes silent with shock. A woman named Trinity, who wants Cole for herself, can't stand it. She turns to the old man, Ruben, with fake concern. It's sweet for Cole to dote on his wife, but his health should come first, don't you think? Everyone knows Ruben will do anything to protect Cole. Ruben's face darkens with fury. A sharp crack echoes through the room as he slams his mug on the table. My husband's family cornered me for bringing a pet into the house. His cousin Jeff shot me a look that screamed, "You're done for." Then, the family patriarch, Ruben, shattered the silence.
Get on your knees.
Jeff immediately pointed at me, his voice full of triumph. But a heavy thud echoed through the room.
What are you still standing there for? Grandpa said kneel.
Ruben had smashed his cane directly into Jeff's knee. Jeff hit the floor, crying out in pain.
Grandpa, why'd you hit me?
I asked you to kneel.
The room went into shock as Ruben declared my status as the lady of the house. He said disrespecting me was a disgrace. Jeff's mother, Irene, tried to defend her son.
Ruben, please. He was just trying to follow your rules.
You kneel too.
Irene looked to her husband for help, but he just stared back coldly.
Dad said kneel. Irene, do it.
With burning cheeks, she dropped to the floor beside her son. Jeff, still nursing his pride, tried one last time. Before anyone could react, my husband Cole stepped in.
But she broke the no pet rule. If pets are a problem, Elliana and I can just move out.
Absolute silence. Jeff's face drained of all color. Ruben tapped Jeff's head with his cane.
Cole is the head of this family. Who are you to question?
Defeated, Jeff looked up with a flicker of pathetic hope. Ruben's expression turned to stone.
So, can I get a pet too?
One pet is more than enough for this house.
Cole leads me upstairs, away from the tension with his family. He just defended me, letting me keep my cat, despite his allergies. A warmth spreads through my chest, a feeling I haven't had in years. Thank you. How exactly do you plan on thanking me? I pull my hand away, knowing exactly what he means by that. No kissing. But I have a present for you. I carefully draw a small object from my shoulder bag and hold it out. It's a delicate sachet, with tiny flowers I stitched by hand to decorate the simple cloth. He takes it gently, lifting it to his nose and inhaling the scent of soothing herbs. You made this? It's meant to help with allergies, so the pet fur won't bother you. He gives a small nod and slips the sachet into the inner pocket of his suit. As I turn to place my cat on the sofa, he speaks from the doorway. I'm heading out on a business trip tonight. Not sure when I'll be back. Where to? Valand. I'm meeting with Dr. Milena Atkinson. The name hits me like a physical blow. My hand freezes in midair. He is going to find a doctor. He is going to find me. He tells me the whole tragic story. He explains how 2 years ago, his cousin Jeff's reckless stunt caused a young woman to fall from a second-floor window. Her spine was severely damaged. She hasn't been able to stand since, and now her life hangs in the balance. He says this elusive Dr. Atkinson is the only person in the world who might be able to save her. He admits he spent a fortune trying to track her down, but she's a ghost, her identity a complete secret. He has no idea the ghost he's desperately hunting is his wife, standing right in front of him. I bite my lip, torn. But I cannot reveal my secret. It is the only thing that keeps me safe from powerful families who would try to control me. Safe travels. He reaches out, gives my hair a light, unexpected pat, and then he leaves. But as I step out of the bathroom wrapped only in a towel, a gasp escapes my lips. A tall silhouette is standing silently in my dark bedroom. Cole's eyes lock onto me, and he starts walking forward. He doesn't stop, leaning over me and caging me in. But my knees give out, sending me tumbling back onto the sofa. I'm completely trapped. Honey, you seem so eager. Wouldn't it be wrong of me to leave you disappointed? His head dips lower, his lips heading straight for mine. He halts, his lips just a breath away. Stop right there. I'm not trying to seduce you. Sounds like a classic case of hard to get, honey. He presses a slow kiss to my forehead. Then his hand moves to pull the towel from my face. Don't! Still hiding from me? I'm not wearing anything on my face. I might terrify you. He sees the real fear in my eyes and hesitates. For a moment, I think he's going to let me go. But then his palm lands with a playful smack against my bottom. Heat surges to my cheeks. The second he turns his back, I bolt for the bathroom. I slap on my makeup like armor and storm back out. I thought you were flying out. Why are you back here suddenly? Just forgot this. I'm out the door in a minute. He just smirks and holds up a folder. The moment I'm finally alone, my phone rings. It's my father, Durin, and his voice is sharp with fury. Elliana, who told you it was okay to take your mother's things? I let out a cold laugh. And why would I need your approval to touch my own mother's things? Those things carry my memories. Bring them back. Now. He dares to talk about memories after cheating on her and flaunting his mistress. Don't insult my mother's memory by pretending you cared. He goes silent, then changes his attack. Elliana, I want the $500 million back, the money I gave you. I can't help but laugh out loud. His precious daughter Kiara's scandal is sinking the Jones Group. Business partners are fleeing his company like rats from a sinking ship. Now he's crawling to me, shamelessly asking for the wedding gift he prepared for Paige. Aren't you even a little embarrassed saying that out loud? The financial mess the Jones family is in began because of you. You can't just watch the Jones Group fall apart. I remind him this is all Paige's fault. He knows I'm right, so he starts to beg. I tell him he never would have spent a single cent if he knew I was the one getting married. Could you speak with Cole about investing in the Jones Group? He wants me to ask my new husband to save the company he ruined. The same man who thinks I'm a worthless, unattractive woman. Are you being serious? Do you honestly believe I have any sway over him? He falls silent, knowing it's hopeless. So I offer him my best advice. Honestly, your best bet is to dress Paige up and marry her off fast. Suddenly, a woman's scream explodes through the speaker. It's my stepmother, Kiara. Keep your filthy mouth shut. Elliana, you jealous snake. How dare you plot against Paige? I ended the call, smiling at the chaos I had just caused. Back at the Jones estate, Darren immediately slapped Kiara across the face.
Why did you hit me again?
You worthless idiot. You pushed her too far. How do we fix this financial crisis now?
They both knew I was different now. As Cole Evans's wife, I was untouchable. But then Paige spoke, her voice like ice.
Elliana isn't wrong.
Her parents stared, completely shocked. Paige finally accepted the hard truth. Cole had never wanted her at all. That life, as the wife of the wealthiest man, was never meant for her.
Don't stress. I'll handle the mess Jones Group is in.
She walked away, but she made a silent vow to crush me when the time was right. The next few days were quiet. I buried myself in my SAT prep books, just like Ruben wanted. But Paige wasn't quiet. She was fighting a war online. She posted a statement to her 80 million followers.
My mother is a good woman. Someone framed her. I'm too soft-hearted to fight back.
She played the perfect victim, and her fans ate it up. They immediately went on the attack. They flooded the internet, calling me trash and a jealous backstabber. The story was that I had ruined my kind, perfect sister out of pure spite. But some people started to see the holes in her story. They asked a simple, logical question. If I was so plain and Paige was a prodigy, how did I manage to outsmart them both? The battle for public opinion became a stalemate. Then, on the third night, my phone rang. I looked down and saw her name. It was Paige. Her voice was impossibly, terrifyingly cheerful.
Morning, Elliana. Hope you're up and shining.
The phone call comes from my cousin, Paige, her voice sickeningly cheerful. I can hear the familiar venom hiding just beneath her sweet tone.
I wanted to let you know, my engagement party with Raylan is tomorrow. You and Cole are invited.
Raylan Hudson, my ex-fiancé, the man who once called me ugly to my face while shamelessly chasing her. For years, Paige kept him on a leash for one reason only, to torture me, forcing me to watch them together. And for years, I played along, acting like the heartbroken girl who loved him more than life itself. Now, she thinks she's finally delivering the killing blow by marrying him, and she wants a front row seat to my pain. A playful impulse stirs inside me. It's time to give her the performance of a lifetime.
Paige, how could you marry Raylan? Raylan is mine.
Her smug satisfaction is so thick, I can feel it radiating through the phone.
If you still think he belongs to you, come to my engagement party and try stealing him back.
She still sees me as that same gullible, weak girl she can push around for her own amusement. I hold back a real laugh and force a fake sob into my voice, playing my part to perfection.
I'll definitely be there. I won't let anyone else have him.
She hangs up immediately, completely convinced I've fallen right into her carefully laid trap. But the real trap is the one she just walked into. A few minutes later, a housekeeper delivers the formal, embossed invitation. I tear it open, and a wicked smile spreads across my face as I read the venue. The Oblento Hotel, the most luxurious, exclusive, and expensive spot in the entire city. Paige has no idea she's throwing her grand party in my hotel. The next morning, I prepare for her big day, bypassing racks of flashy designer gowns. I pick a simple, elegant peacock blue dress, a private commission from a world-class designer named Rosa. I carefully stick a small sticker over the discreet label, making it anonymous. Just then, the housekeeper brings me a velvet gift box for my husband, Cole.
Mr. Evans heard about the party. He picked out some jewelry for you.
I flip open the box, and my breath catches in my throat. Inside is a stunning necklace, a world-famous masterpiece called Endless Love. It's a piece that just swept dozens of international design awards, making its creator a living legend. And that legendary designer is Rosa, the very same reclusive genius who secretly made my dress. I arrive at the Oblento Hotel for the engagement party. The moment I step inside, a woman blocks my path. It's Vivian Hudson, the sister of my ex-fiancé Raylan. Elliana? This is Raylan and Paige's engagement party. What on earth are you doing here? Before I can answer, she starts accusing me. Don't tell me you're still clinging to some fantasy about Raylan. He finds you repulsive, so scram. Her outburst makes me think of just a few hours ago. My husband's housekeeper, Paulina, laid out a stunning piece of jewelry. It was the famous Endless Love, a masterpiece worth $1 billion. I was stunned to learn my husband, Cole, was the mysterious billionaire who bought it. Now he wanted me to wear it. I felt uneasy, knowing I also designed the $8 million dress I was wearing. I had profited from Cole twice over. This jewelry is just too expensive. I will pass it. But Paulina just smiled and gave me a message from my husband. Mr. Evans has said that as his wife, you're not just attending a party, you're representing him. His words touched me. He even left 2 of his most trusted people, Paulina and Hugh, behind just to assist me. So I let her clasp the $1 billion necklace around my neck. But now, back in the hotel, Vivian's voice yanks me from my thoughts. A crowd is starting to form, drawn by her shouting. They whisper and stare, enjoying the drama. Vivian feeds off the attention, her voice growing louder. Are you ignoring me on purpose, Elliana? If you don't leave, I swear I'll get security to drag you out myself. The whispers in the hall are all about me. They call me a desperate woman, clinging to the past. They say I'm here to wreck my ex-boyfriend Raylan's engagement party. They sneer that my husband, the richest man in the city, is about to kick me to the curb. His sister, Vivian, marches up to me, her face twisted with hate. I don't even look at her. I just pull out my invitation and show it to the nearest guard. Vivian's face turns purple with rage.
I was invited. So why is there a watchdog yapping at me? You despicable woman.
Her hand flies up, ready to strike my face. But before it can land, a security guard grabs her arm. The commotion dies down when the main couple finally arrives. Vivian seizes the moment to put me in my place. It's Raylan, with his new fiancée, Paige, on his arm. He looks at her like she's the only person in the world. She's a vision in a custom white gown and millions in diamonds. The crowd fawns over their perfect fairy tale romance. She loudly boasts about Paige's dress, a $500,000 gift from Raylan. She brags about the jewelry, worth $30 million. Then she turns her venom on me.
Elliana, didn't you marry the richest man in the city? So why do you look so ordinary?
She gestures to my simple dress, its designer logo intentionally covered. She points out that I'm not wearing a single earring, not a single ring. The crowd's judgment is instant and cruel. They see me as proof that I'm nothing in my own marriage. A trophy wife who isn't even worth decorating. Across the room, Paige smirks, soaking in her victory. She thinks she's proven I'm beneath her. But these brainless idiots have no idea they just insulted the most exclusive designer in the world. At my sister's engagement party, one of her friends smirks at me. I give her a cold smile.
You're stuck in a cold, loveless marriage while Paige and Raylan are living the dream. It must burn, doesn't it? Even in a loveless marriage, I'm still Mrs. Evans, a title you've been chasing for years and still couldn't get.
Her face falls. She's speechless. But then I see him. My ex-fiancé, Raylan.
Who let this disgrace in?
My sister, Paige, rushes to his side playing the part of the perfect, kind-hearted victim.
Raylan, don't be mad. I invited her. She's my sister, after all.
He melts for her, then they walk towards me, his face a mask of contempt. Paige's smile is pure poison. I refuse to let her have this. Raylan's expression turns murderous.
Elliana, thank you for coming. Raylan's been spoiling me so much, he picked everything for me. Paige, isn't it a little eager to get engaged when the arranged promise between him and me still exists?
Think twice before you make a scene, or you'll regret it.
He wraps a protective arm around Paige. And then she lifts her hand, showing off a massive diamond ring. That's the famous Emily's signature ring. It's worth $2 million. Someone in the crowd gasps. Every eye in the room darts from her glittering diamond to my empty hands. The guests physically step away from me, as if I'm contagious. Raylan leads Paige to the center of the stage and takes the microphone.
We're so glad all of you could come to celebrate our engagement.
Paige clings to his arm, basking in the attention. The picture of victory. They left me standing here, alone and humiliated. They think they've already won, but they have no idea I'm about to turn this whole place upside down. My stepmother Kiara leans in close, her voice a poisonous whisper.
Watching the guy you love dote on another woman hurts, doesn't it?
She wants me to make a scene at my ex's engagement party.
You're not scared, are you? Just stand there and let Paige enjoy everything you lost.
I lift my head slowly and meet her eyes with a cold smirk. I ignore him and turn to the host with a sweet smile.
Brace yourself. I'm about to turn this whole place upside down.
I walk toward the stage, each step steady and deliberate. Every head in the room turns to watch me. My ex-fiancé Raylan sees me, and his expression hardens like stone. He moves in front of his new fiancée, Paige, like a human shield.
What are you trying to pull now?
Mind if I borrow that microphone for a minute?
With the mic in my hand, I walk to the center of the stage.
Just a little reminder for everyone, Raylan and I have actually been engaged for quite some time.
The hall erupts in gasps and shocked whispers. She sobs about how I even stole her last boyfriend, Cole Evans. Right on cue, my stepsister Paige begins her Oscar-worthy performance. She pinches her own arm, forcing tears to stream down her face. My stepmother Kiara rushes to join the charade.
Elliana, must you always act this way? You've competed with me for everything. You stand here as Mrs. Evans, yet crash Paige's engagement to claim Raylan.
The crowd turns on me, calling me a disgraceful homewrecker. That's when my own father, Darren, storms toward the stage.
Elliana, you disgraceful girl, get the hell out of here.
Kiara collapses tearfully against his shoulder, completing the picture. My entire family stands united, painting me as the villain for all to see. They think they've cornered me. They have no idea this was just the opening act. The guests whisper as I stand on the stage. They call me a wedding crasher. Across the room, Paige and Kiara exchange a triumphant look. They think their perfect performance has trapped me. My fiancé, Raylan, gets to his feet, his face red with anger.
Elliana, seize this disruptive spectacle immediately.
I let him finish his tantrum. Then I speak to the silent room.
I never claimed I came to disrupt this party. Why are you all accusing me?
The crowd falters, a flicker of doubt in their eyes. Paige sees it and panics, her fake tears streaming.
You commandeered the stage at my engagement party. What else would you call it?
I adopt a fake wounded expression to match hers.
I didn't come to disrupt. I came to announce something important.
Kiara realizes their narrative is unraveling.
You're just jealous. Now, you're fabricating an alternative reason.
That's all the excuse Raylan needs.
Security, remove this contemptible woman at once.
2 guards surge forward to drag me off the stage. But just as they reach me, a powerful figure appears. It is Raylan's grandfather, Leonard, the head of the Hudson family. He raises one hand, and the entire hall freezes in silence. His gaze lands on me.
Speak your mind, child. I stand behind you.
Raylan's jaw drops in shock. Paige's face goes pale with terror. I give Leonard a respectful nod and turn back to the crowd.
As everyone here knows, Raylan and I are bound by an engagement.
The guests murmur. They think I'm here to fight for him. They think I'm going to beg. But I am here to announce my freedom.
I stand before you today to dissolve any past connection with Raylan Hudson.
At her own engagement party, my ex's new fiancé Paige points a finger at me. You're miserable, so you can't bear to witness my happiness. She accuses me of deliberately orchestrating this scene to humiliate her. I just look at her, completely calm. How could I be unhappy? My marriage brings me tremendous joy. My composure seems to drive her completely insane. Then let's show everyone how happy you truly are. Before I can react, she lunges forward. She violently tears away the small sticker I placed on my dress. It was covering the designer's logo. Why not reveal which designer made that dress of yours? She expects to expose me for wearing a cheap knockoff in front of everyone. The entire room falls silent as all eyes fix on the now exposed logo. A sudden, collective gasp erupts from the crowd. Then, the whispers begin, growing louder and more excited. Can it be? Is Elliana wearing a custom Rosa creation? Someone in the crowd recognizes the rare fabric woven with real gold and silver threads. A fashion expert among the guests names the price. By my estimation, Elliana's dress would command around $8 million. $8 million. The number hangs in the air like a bomb. It's a clear sign of how much my new husband, the city's wealthiest man, values me. Suddenly, Paige's $500,000 dress looks like a cheap imitation. Her face goes pale as she realizes her scheme has backfired, leaving her in total humiliation. If it's so expensive, why hide the logo? Is it a counterfeit? I almost laugh at her desperate attempt to save face. I concealed the logo because I didn't wish to overshadow you. This was the simplest thing in my wardrobe. The idea of my closet full of priceless gowns drives her to the edge of madness. Her jealousy explodes into pure, unfiltered rage. I refuse to believe Cole would buy you this. That dress must be stolen. If he truly valued you so much, where is your jewelry? Paige sneered, accusing me of flaunting stolen jewelry. I simply explained my husband gifted me something, but I chose to conceal it. Her eyes darted to my neck, spotting the faint outline of a necklace beneath my lace shawl. She was so proud of her 30 million in jewels, she was sure I couldn't compete. With a vicious cry, she lunged forward to expose me. Paige ripped the lace shawl right off my neck. A collective gasp echoed through the massive hall. It was the one and only masterpiece from the designer Rosa. On my neck, the legendary Endless Love necklace blazed with an impossible light. The same necklace a mystery tycoon bought at auction for $10 billion. In that moment, everyone realized that Tycoon was my husband, Cole. The whispers turned against Paige instantly. That's Endless Love. He trusts her with a $10 billion masterpiece. And Paige thought her 30 million was impressive? How embarrassing. The crowd understood. I wasn't showing off. I was trying to be modest for Paige's sake. Paige's face went white, her body trembling with pure hatred. Her expensive jewelry suddenly looked like cheap trinkets. Her fiancé, Raylan, just stood there, his face a mask of grim defeat. His grand party was ruined. Desperate. Paige pointed a shaking finger at me. She was trapped, sputtering nonsense. You stole Endless Love, didn't you? To humiliate me at my own party? I could only roll my eyes at her pathetic attempt to save face. The mention of my husband sent her spiraling. Paige, I had it carefully concealed. You're the one who exposed it to everyone. You could have chosen not to wear it at all. My husband insisted I wear it. How could I refuse? If Cole truly treasures you, why isn't he here? Wouldn't his presence be better than any necklace? I opened my mouth to explain Cole was away on business, but a deep, commanding voice cut through the silence from the entrance. Honey, I'm here. My head snapped up. Standing in the doorway, tall and magnetic, was Cole himself. The party music dies. Every head in the room turns. Cole Evans. My husband has just walked in. My ex-fiancé Raylan practically falls over himself, rushing down from the stage.
Mr. Evans, what an unexpected honor.
Cole ignores him, his cold gaze sweeping the room until it lands on me.
Save your pleasantries. I'm here for my wife.
100 pairs of eyes follow his gaze and lock onto me, standing alone on the stage. The whispers start instantly. They think he's here to expose me as a thief. My sister Paige steps forward, a fake, concerned look on her face.
Cole, Elliana only stole the gown because she's heartbroken over Raylan. Please don't be too harsh.
She's trying to paint me as a pathetic, obsessed ex and get Cole to punish me. But his response isn't for me. It's for her.
My wife wears her own gown and jewelry. How could that possibly be theft?
The room gasps. He just confirmed everything I'm wearing is his gift. His voice gets even colder.
And with me by her side, my wife wouldn't lower her standards for your boyfriend. She has excellent taste.
Paige flinches as if he just slapped her across the face. But Cole isn't done destroying her. He addresses the entire party. He announces the original marriage agreement never specified which Jones' daughter. He makes it clear, the Evans family chose me.
Should I hear anyone spreading rumors that tarnish my wife's reputation? I will pursue legal action.
The threat hangs in the air, silencing everyone. Paige's meticulously crafted lies are shattered in seconds. She's no longer the victim. She's a laughingstock. Cole finally turns his attention back to me.
Are you planning to remain there all day?
I gather my dress and walk down, stopping right in front of Paige. I give her the sweetest smile I can manage.
Paige, congratulations on your engagement.
Her face crumbles, and I see something in her eyes just snap. She lets out a primal scream of pure, undiluted rage. In front of everyone, she rips the expensive accessories from her hair. With a furious cry, she smashes them onto the marble floor. The sound of shattering jewels echoes through the silent hall. Her trembling fingers then move to the necklace at her throat, ready to destroy it next. But her mother Kiara lunges forward, grabbing her wrist in a vise-like grip. Paige, control yourself. Think of Raylan's reputation. The sharp pain jolts Paige back to her senses. She sees her fiancé, Raylan, his face thunderous with anger. All around them, the guests are whispering viciously. They finally see Paige for the jealous liar she truly is. They realize both she and her mother are cut from the same deceitful cloth. Desperate to salvage the situation, Paige clings to Raylan's arm. Raylan, darling, Elliana pushed me too far. This isn't who I am. Raylan has pursued Paige for too long to abandon his prize now. He forces a smile and reluctantly agrees to continue the engagement farce. But just as he's about to speak, the grand doors to the hall swing open. The Ublento hotel manager strides in, flanked by a team of black-suited security guards. He stops directly in front of a stunned Paige. A collective gasp ripples through the assembled crowd. Miss Paige Jones, you are permanently blacklisted. Vacate the premises immediately. On what grounds? This order comes directly from Lexi herself. Enraged, Raylan steps forward, his own reputation now on the line. There must be a mistake. Does the Hudson name mean nothing to you? The manager gives him a look of exquisite mockery. Mr. Hudson, you remain our honored guest, but Miss Jones must exit these premises. Now, As security advances on Paige, the entire room struggles to contain their laughter. How exactly do you celebrate an engagement party without the fiancé? After the chaos in the hall, Cole doesn't take me home. Instead, he leads me to the hotel's exclusive top-floor suite. My phone pings with a new message. It confirms my little plan worked perfectly. Lexi, the person you can't stand, just got the boot from Ublento Hotel. I hide a smirk and put my phone away. Cole hands me a menu, but his eyes are fixed on me. Order whatever you're craving. I easily pick out several of my favorite dishes. I see a flicker of suspicion in his eyes. He knows a poor, neglected daughter shouldn't be so comfortable here. He's starting to wonder who I really am. When I'm done, he doesn't even look at the menu. I'm good with whatever you like. Just double it for me. The waiter takes our order and shuts the door, leaving us completely alone. The air in the room changes instantly. His gaze becomes sharp, raking over my body. I shift in my seat, trying to break the tension. This necklace is way too pricey. I should give it back. I reach up to unclasp it, but a large hand closes over mine, stopping me. He gives a single, powerful tug. I stumble forward and land directly on his lap. His strong arms wrap around my waist, holding me in place. I try to push myself off, but his grip only tightens. He leans in close. His voice a low growl in my ear. Keep wiggling, and I can't promise we won't pick up where we left off. I freeze, remembering our last night together. I try to reason with him, my voice barely a whisper. Please let me up, we're in a restaurant. But he cuts me off, not with words, but with a kiss. Before I can recover, my billionaire husband Cole kisses me again. Did you miss me? I push him away, annoyed by his constant teasing. I remind him our marriage is just a contract. We're husband and wife in name only. Once we figure this out, we go our separate ways. His face darkens instantly. He pinches my side, hard. Later he tells me we have a meeting. Ungrateful woman. He wants to hire the infamous Star Society. His goal is to find a legendary healer. I need them to find Milena. He has no idea he's talking to Milena right now. And he's about to meet the second in command of my organization. In the private room, Matthew Santos sees me next to Cole and freezes. I give him a subtle look, a silent command. He must pretend he doesn't know me. Mr. Evans, a pleasure. Please have a seat. Cole gets straight to business. He slides a check across the table. $500 million, a deposit to find Milena. My own employee is being offered a fortune to find me. Matthew struggles to hide his amusement. Mr. Evans, I'll need to check with Lexi first. He's talking about the society's mysterious leader. He's talking about my other identity. Cole nods, completely oblivious to the truth. Then arrange for me to meet Lexi. My husband Cole is talking to my assistant, Matthew. He wants Matthew to pass a message to the powerful head of the Star Society.
If Lexi is open to meeting, I'd be glad to get acquainted.
I have to hide my smile, because I am Lexi. Later, I ask him why he's so interested in a stranger.
I just have this feeling that Lexi's a good person.
I almost laugh out loud. He picks his friends based on instinct, just like he picked his wife. That evening, we return to his family's estate. The mood is grim. His cousin Jeff, who put a girl in a coma, runs to Cole.
Did you find Milena?
He's desperate for the legendary Dr. Milena to save his victim. He has no idea that I am also Milena. When Cole says no, Jeff collapses onto the sofa, but his mother, Irene, just scoffs.
Miss Henderson is just unlucky. They're clearly trying to squeeze more money out of us.
Her words are venomous. She blames the dying girl. The family is at a dead end. Then, Cole offers them a final shred of hope.
I've offered a substantial reward to the Star Society. I'm waiting for Lexi's response.
At that exact moment, my phone buzzes. It's my assistant, asking how Lexi should reply to Cole's offer. I look at Irene's smug, hateful face. I type back 2 simple words.
No deal.
Just as Irene starts praising Lexi's skills, Cole's phone chimes. He reads the message, his expression unreadable.
Lexi declined.
I have my SATs tomorrow, so I need the bed to myself. I'll take the bed, you can have the sofa. He says nothing and goes to the bathroom. So I assume he agrees. I turn off the lights, waiting for him to find the sofa in the dark. But when Cole comes out, he's wearing only a towel. Then he drops the towel and walks straight to my bed. I can't help but stare as the moonlight traces his perfect body. Before I can react, he's under the covers, pulling me against his bare skin. Ah, Cole, the sofa was your assigned seat tonight. Who was looking? He just chuckles and takes my hand, placing it on his waist. My face burns hot. He totally caught me. Why settle for looking when touching feels even better? He ignores my denial, sliding my hand up his abs to his chest. His skin feels like fire against my palm. Feels different touching me awake, doesn't it? Not like when you were sleepwalking. I try to sound unimpressed, to hide how much he affects me. He scoffs, his voice turning low and dangerous. No difference. Just like touching a mannequin. Stop talking. Honey, stop playing dumb. You want me. And it's not like I'm turning you down. His words are too much. I slap my hand over his mouth to shut him up, but instead of stopping, he presses a hot kiss into my palm. Then he captures my lips, pulling me into a deep, demanding kiss. He whispers in my ear, his breath making me shiver. Honey, don't you want to have a more intimate connection with me? My head is spinning, but I manage to push against his solid chest. I just need some time to figure this out. His whole body goes still. The confident smirk on his face is gone. For the first time, I've left the great Cole Miller completely speechless. My husband, Cole, pulls me tighter in my own bed. His voice a low murmur in my ear. Then think, honey. I've got all night. I push him back, my voice firm as I set a boundary. He sighs, his reluctance obvious, but he finally gets off the bed. For the first time ever, Cole is banished from his own bed and forced to sleep on the couch. The night is long and silent, and neither of us gets any sleep. We talk briefly about our mysterious marriage certificate. He tells me his investigation came up with nothing, that all the records were wiped clean. No names, no paperwork, just gone. I knew it. This means I'll have to rely on my own connections to uncover the truth. The next morning, I wake up to find him already dressed, sitting beside me. Feeling nervous? I admit that I am, telling him I barely studied and will probably bomb the test. But a flash of memory from the night before makes my face burn, and I rush to the bathroom without another word. Downstairs, the entire Evans family has gathered for breakfast. They are all here to send me and my stepsister, Trinity, off for our exams. But all their encouragement and good wishes are for her. To them, I am nothing more than the family disappointment, a failure already written in stone. Good luck, Elliana. Let's both aim to make the Evans name proud. My cousin Jeff lets out a cruel laugh. Her? As the pride of the Evans family? What a joke. I give him a cold, disinterested look and say nothing, knowing my silence will infuriate him more than any insult. It works! His face twists with rage. Elliana, don't think you're untouchable just because Grandpa's got your back. You're nothing but a lowlife. Ow! Before he can finish, a biscuit flies through the air. It smacks him directly in the mouth, knocking him clean off his chair. At the breakfast table, Jeff starts running his mouth again. I take a slow, deliberate sip of my milk. Talk smack about me again, and you'll wish you hadn't. He rolls up his sleeves, looking like he's ready to throw a punch. But one warning glance from Cole makes him back down like a scolded dog. His own father, Bertram, yanks him back into his seat by the collar. I ignore the pathetic display and finish my breakfast, not even bothering to look at Trinity. I can feel her jealous glare on my back as I get into Cole's car for school. He's obsessive about cleanliness and never lets another woman in his car, and she can't stand it. When we arrive at the school gate, he grabs my wrist before I can leave. I expect him to wish me luck on my exams, something his grandfather is obsessed with. But he doesn't care about the test. I'm stunned. All he cares about are his own selfish desires. Don't forget our deal. Once the exams are done, think hard about the answer you're going to give me. For the next 2 days, I push through the grueling exams while his question hangs over my head. I think about my mother's warning from years ago, about the mysterious fire that ruined our lives. She told me there was a puppet master pulling the strings of our fate. I have to find that person. And getting tangled up in a romance with Cole will only slow me down. The only thing connecting us is that mysterious marriage certificate. My answer has to be no. After my last exam, Cole isn't there to pick me up. His assistant, Paulina, is waiting with her brother, Hugh, behind the wheel. Hugh keeps shooting me frosty looks in the rearview mirror, so I decide to confront him directly. You got a problem with me? Yep. Just then, my phone buzzes. It's a call from Kiara. Relax. I won't cling to Mr. Evans. Paige has made a powerful comeback, and she's unstoppable. Get ready to crash and burn this time. You're going down for good. She hangs up. I immediately pull up Paige's social media, and my blood runs cold. I see exactly what she did, and it has the entire city in an uproar. Just when the world was laughing at Paige for her engagement party fiasco, she makes a shocking move. She posts a photo of herself with a man named Merritt Carmen. Her caption changes everything. He's a legendary figure with deep ties to the criminal underworld.
From now on, I have a godfather to love me. So much joy.
In an instant, Paige is no longer a joke. They forget her humiliation and start praising her comeback. She is now Merritt's goddaughter, the unofficial heiress to his vast entertainment empire. The public's memory is short. Celebrities flood her social media with congratulations. And all that renewed adoration needs a new target for its hate. That target is me. The internet calls me shameless, worthless, a plain-looking woman who stole Paige's fiancé. But I know the truth about where the hate is coming from. Paige herself is pulling the strings. She creates burner accounts to write the cruelest comments. She thinks this makes her powerful. Then, she replies to her own fake posts, playing the graceful victim for everyone to see.
There's no point in lingering in the past. I hope peace finds us both someday.
The public calls her a gentle soul, heartbroken but taking the high road. I just watch and laugh. But the higher she soars on a mountain of lies, the more spectacular her fall will be. And I will be the one to push her. Just then, my phone lights up. It's a message from Paige.
Elliana, do you want to know what really happened with the fire back then? I can tell you the truth.
My chest tightens. The fire. She's talking about the fire that killed my mother. My phone buzzes with a message from my sister, Paige. She claims to have the truth about the fire, but she demands a price for it. The reality show is her grand debut into showbiz. Ever heard of the heiress graduation trip? I want you on the cast list. I immediately see the trap. It's designed to make her a star and to publicly destroy me. She sends more texts, pretending she wants to make peace. Her words are a joke. I just want to clear up the misunderstandings between us. Her mother just swore to drag me to hell. Now Paige preaches about family image. They think they have me cornered, using the truth as bait. Fine, I'll play their little game. Sure, I had already been considering a move into the entertainment industry. My car pulls up to the Evans residence moments later. Jeff is fawning all over her. I walk into the living room to find my other sister, Trinity, holding court. Trinity, you're a lock for top scorer in Ublento. Trinity sees me and puts on a show. Jeff sneers in my direction. Trinity ignores him and continues her performance. Of course, There's always a chance Elliana outshined me. She's lucky if she didn't come in dead last. She announces she's applying to medical school. She brags about her mentor, Professor Murray Sampson. He says I'm his brightest prospect and plans to recommend me to Milena. The name hangs in the air, silencing the room. Just then, my father Ruben appears at the top of the stairs. Trinity, are you saying you can actually contact Milena?